Today we're going to be having a look at perhaps the best intercessor Joytoy has produced. Again? I'm sure we've done this before. Well, anyway, there's also a cool chalice of blood that he seems to be drinking out of. How charming.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey you Skellywags, today we're having a look at this from Joytoy and Warhammer 40k. New intercessor from the Blood Angels. See here, new packaging there. It's got some artwork, Emperor Man. Veteran Salus, 118 scale. This box is new, one of the new designs. First I've got of the new design, I believe. No, of the orcs. But your standard stuff on here. Creepy artwork of the Emperor Man. Back here, some nice promo art featuring the guy you'll get inside, Veteran Salus. Now this one interested me because of the design. Very different. We'll get into that right now. Here is Veteran Salus. I've switched out his hand, his right hand, and his head. So this is the helmeted head that he comes with out of the box in gold and green. Green eyes there, bit of paint of gold on the eye there, on the right. That's a nice helmeted head, but there's no black ink bits. But it's a nice gold. So here's the unhelmeted head that I put on. The joint for the helmeted head turned out to be a bit loose for the unhelmeted head, so I ended up having to change that. In the UK it's a bit colder at the moment, so I had to use heat from a hairdryer to actually take it off, and it was a bit of trouble, so be aware of that. Kind of like this head sculpt, it's like Willem Dafoe if he were to star in some 80s sci-fi action movie. Moves all the way around very nicely. Bends there. See, a lot more range of movement, more like Ragnar Blackmane and how his head moves, so better than the majority out there. And to push this in a bit, as it was coming off slightly, I do like how it's painted, the gloss on those blood drops. Very nice on both sides. There's the pack. Power pack comes off as normal. Got inside there, just plugs in like that too. Oh, this necklace thing was out of the box, kind of floating, but after heating it actually went back to, I think, factory settings. So the arm moves up like that. Not too much, goes up and around, but obviously the power pack will get in the way. Bend at the bicep. Double bend at the elbow. Double barbell for the wrist. Purity seals here with a nice little touch of the blood drops. Butterfly, sort of butterfly joint here. This pauldron actually does limit articulation slightly, clashes somewhat with the power pack. There. But the movement here, it's cut and different. So there is more range of movement. There is a gappage, but not that noticeable. So as you can see, a lot more range of movement. The best that we've seen for any Space Marine so far, I believe, that from what I've got anyway. Look at that. Very, very good. So no movement on either. of these. Very strange. Good detail here, purity seal, blood drop in the 6-pack, nipples, holstered gun, little pouch there, which can be removed. Side skirt and the back bit. This bit, the loincloth, is flexible. Can move it, gets a bit harder at the top there. Jean-Claude! Oh, not so good. Oh, won't find any nipples there. Thigh twist. Leg goes up a bit there. If you can get the bits out of the way. Back like that. This one, the same for this. Maybe goes a bit higher. Double bend at the knees. Pretty good. That there, look at that. It's nice. And on the knee, skull. Boot twist down that joint, the ball joint in there, new one. You can get it up if you do that. Toe, pivot, everything you need the foot to do. Left hand balled up fist. Left splayed out hand. A double finger pointy hand, and also for other stuff. A trigger finger hand that comes with the figure out of the box. Bolter gun, which we've seen before. Nice one. Drill barrel, and also a removable mag for your maggy pleasure. This will fit in the hand, but this is a bit tough, the hand. Plastic's a bit hard. You can get in there, but probably best to heat it up so you don't break anything. Gunless holster, which you can switch out with this. Power sword, which we saw with the Captain in Gravis armor. Can fit this in a bit easier, I believe. Just do that, slide it in, and voila. Becomes an even more dangerous foe, although the hand doesn't hold it that well as well. No, the pièce de résistance, chalice, looks quite nice, but the main bit here that looks great is the liquid inside, the faux liquid. So a bit glossy there if you just looking at it from the top, but if you get the right angles, it does look like there's liquid inside. So photography in that be awesome, but just a nice little look at that, there you go, little extra to give. Fit this in any of the holding hands. This is going to go in his right hand for me. Be careful because of the harder plastic, but it does fit in there, so it can be holding his drink, his wine or blood or whatever it is, liquid, red liquid drinking, or staring into the abyss of the blood. Can toast, or pour over his head. Toast above like that. To you, my brothers, I toast you. In death, we repent. No, that's Death Company. But blood angels. So a very nice figure. I was not expecting to like him as much as I do. The fact that his head can move about more in the body as well. So really do like this figure a lot, the aesthetics. Oh, the neck here, definitely change that over, or heat it up when you're changing it over, especially if you're in a cold country. I did have a bit of trouble there. I hope this neck bit doesn't get looser over time, but we shall see. It's got a great look. I just love the fake abs and pecs with the nipples on the armor. So unnecessary, but so necessary. And the blood drop for a belly button. What more could you ask for? We'll now move on to some comparisons with some surprising results. Veteran Salus with his chalice. Rhymes. I was expecting him to be a bit taller than normal as he's on the 2.0 body. But as you'll see, there's more of a difference in height than I had thought. On the left is your standard Joytoy size figure, Death Cause of Krieg, standing about 4 inches tall, and the smallest of the Space Marines, the Blade Guard Veteran 1.0 on the right. As we know already, standing taller than both Intercessors 1.0, the Blood Angels colour there on the left, very different to what we've got now with Veteran Salus, a lot darker, more shade. Salus a bit brighter in red. Chaos Terminator on the left, and Primaris Captain Volscian in Gravis armor on the right. As you can see, he stands almost as tall as these two, just shy, which was very surprising when stood together. I was not expecting him to be this tall. And two of the 2.0 bodies. On the left is Ragnar Blackmane, different to your others. Character figure, a bit larger in width and height. Again, Salus standing maybe just the same as Ragnar, and towering over a Castus, who I thought would be the same height as a Veteran Salus. See Ragnar's head how it moves. Here, Veteran Salus. Castus very limited, only sort of left and right really. Nothing more than that. The bodies here are very different. There's more in that torso, the six-pack for Salus. Even though there's a cut on the upper torso bit, that bit seems to be, I think, a bit bigger. I think maybe the height also is to do with his neck, Salus's neck. Bring back this Blood Angel and just look at the difference in the reds there. They're like two different factions. Bringing Ragnar back in. Again, I was very surprised with how tall Salus ended up being. But I think it really does work for this figure. Proportions look great. And the movement is really good as well, articulation. Even his beaked nose here has some charm to it. And it does really remind me of Willem Dafoe. There's a bit of flesh paint on the red bit on the neck. That's alright. Final thoughts. I really like this figure, and I've said it for all the new kind of releases I get, but Joytoy just seem to be getting better at making these Space Marines. So I'm very excited for the rest of the stuff coming out before the end of this year and into the new year. So, if you like this content, like, comment, subscribe, check the links down below to support the channel to get some of these toys, and I'll skelly you later.
Anyway, that's...
So how does the blood of the angels feel coursing through your veins?
I must say, I do feel my mouth is violated in that you've given me a bukkake cocktail.
Hey Skelly, this concoction is simply the blood of all my blood brothers all in one. Lightweight. Cheers!